Caleb,
That's
how
my
you doing,
name.
bud? How you doing? How you doing?
Oh, I'm outstanding. I'm fantastic. I'm nice and toasty.
So I hear sarcasm. Either he's got something planned that's nefarious, or he's sarcastically excited to hear all my agendas this week.
I'm so excited for you to hear the news I'm hearing about
about
something.
WrestleMania.
Yeah, because I put 2 different locations.
Oh my God, not New Orleans. I thought we were going to New Orleans.
Oh no, I put 2 different locations. One I think you'd be okay with. The other one you'd rather shoot yourself.
Is it Chicago and London?
We'll talk about it.
All right, well, we'll talk about it in a little bit. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Curb Stomp podcast. I believe it's episode 87. I don't know because I had to restart my computer completely, so I have no
Pretty sure it's 87.
I have Discord, OBS, and Spotify downloaded. That's it, basically.
Oh, nice.
In Opera.
Nice. That's lovely.
Yeah.
It is in fact 87.
Oh, I'm so good at this shit, bro. You can't stop me. I'm just too good.
Now I can stop you. Bye.
I'll just yap for an hour.
Oh God. How to kill Curb Stomp in one episode. Grayson Topus' agendas alone for an hour.
Fair.
WWE has plans to, in the near future, to hold 3 major live events in Mexico, all centered around a show called Super Show Mexico.
How we stop calling shows Super Show? It didn't work for Saudi Arabia. It's a terrible name. It's so basic. Like if this was the 80s, if it was the 80s, sure. But this is 2025. Let's not name something Super Show.
I mean, yeah.
Name it like, I don't know, the Day of the Dead. Dude, call it the Day of the Dead and you cooking.
The Weekend of the Dead.
Something like that. Why is the Joker poster upside down? Also, when did you get that?
I've had it. It was behind the couch that was back there. That's now gone.
Okay. I know why.
So it fell back behind there, and I didn't want to have to. It's a very tight space in between the couch here, there, desk, and bench. There was not room to move that couch to retrieve it.
Fair.
So I was finally able to get back there and get it. So it should be on the wall soon. Also, I will make Grayson happy.
It's gone finally, thank God.
It's in the trash now.
I mean, it wasn't so much the poster, more that it was never up.
Oh, that shit was destroyed. That frame is probably the next thing coming out of this room.
Fair.
So, yeah. Oh, no. Evolution 2!
It's in jeopardy.
Wait, it is?
I'm guessing so, just because, nothing's been talked about.
I don't think they're just not ready to confirm it yet.
They confirmed Night of Champions, which happens 2 weeks before.
Yeah, but they just confirmed that. I think they're still making sure they have a show they want to work towards for that.
I don't know, man. I'm concerned.
One of the top matches pits for Evolution 2. Jade Cargill, Charlotte Flair.
We've already talked about this.
I don't care. We're talking about it again.
Like I said last week, this has been Triple H's dream match since Fastlane 2023.
Oh, yeah, shit. We recorded Friday last week. That's why.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so used to going to the previous Thursday. I ain't gonna cap. It's official. Julia is on SmackDown.
Woo!
That has been made official.
We love to see it. We
do. And then Solo Sikoa advances to Money in the Bank.
The fuck? Why? No one wants to see that.
I want to see it.
Caleb, can you imagine spending thousands of dollars for front seat tickets to Money in the Bank, and you're expecting to see I don't know, LA Knight, Carmelo Hayes, and you get fucking Solo Sikoa?
Yeah. I want to see Solo. I love you, Solo.
No.
You don't love Solo?
No, I don't love Solo. We've been over this.
The qualifying matches that take place tomorrow, but yesterday when this goes up, is Aleister Black versus LA Knight versus Shinsuke. And then Julia versus Charlotte versus Zelina Vega.
All right, let's cook, okay?
So
let's tell the past as this is.
Yeah.
Up.
First off, actual predictions for it.
Huh?
Make your prediction on who you think is actually going to fucking win.
Money in the Bank?
No, these two matches.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes, but then I have something afterwards for these same matches.
Oh, fuck off.
Because I saw it on Twitter and it was funny as fuck.
Aleister Black wins.
I agree.
Because I think LA Knight can move to the main card without Money in the Bank.
I agree.
And then I think Julia wins the women's qualifier.
This is boring. We both have the same predictions.
What? Caleb, I don't think you realize we kind of become one person when it comes to like how wrestling's talked about.
But someone also posted a tweet responding, okay, we all know who we want to win. What's the worst possible outcomes of
Shinsuke Nakamura and Charlotte Flair winning?
I think it's Shinsuke and Zelina.
Why? Zelina's U.S. champion.
That's why I think it's bad.
I think that's a cool aspect you can use.
I'd rather have Charlotte be there so people can boo the fuck out of her. Because it'll be funny.
Didn't Seth Rollins have the U.S. title and Money in the Bank at the same time?
No.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did, and he cooked.
No.
I'm gonna find Seth Rollins Money in the Bank U.S. title. There's 1,000% he had both.
I'm pretty sure he didn't.
I'm so sure. Stop showing me his win at Money in the Bank.
Because when he got both, it wasn't because of Money in the Bank. It was SummerSlam. Title for Cena.
Oh, that's true.
That's how he got the world title there. And then he cashed in Money in the Bank at Mania.
That's right.
I know. I know his career better than you do.
This is also like I have a dark spot between like my wrestling like blind spot for like 2015 to 2019.
Yeah. But that was way before then when that would have happened.
No.
Yes, it was 2015 when all that happened.
I just said 2015 to 2019.
Oh, I thought you said 2019.
Like I know WrestleMania 31 and nothing else after that.
And then finally SmackDown ended with Tiffy Time retaining.
In a really good match.
Yeah.
Caleb, I would not want to take a fucking drop kick from Tiffy.
No.
It's a shotgun, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and I know he's definitely receipt for Nia hitting her a little too hard, but she hit the chair into Nia's face, gushing blood. Never, I don't like. There's very few moves where you'd have to pay me to take it. That's one of them now. I don't want to take a Tiffy drop kick.
I would rather take that than a lot of moves. I don't want to take a Seth Rollins curb stomp right now.
Right now? Just now?
Just now. He's a heel.
Like a bronze spear, definitely no.
I wouldn't want to take a single move from Ilya. Not a single move. He doesn't know this shit's fake.
Fair. But like, I think we can add Tiffy dropkick to that list of.
I think we can add it to the list of almost you don't want to do, but it's like not at that upper echelon yet.
No, but it's definitely like ones where like
it's creeping up there. It's creeping up there. It's not. I am not willing to put Tiffy's dropkick on the same tier as Braun Breaker's fucking spear.
Caleb, amazing idea for a week where we have nothing to do is we do a tier maker of moves you do not want to fucking take.
Oh, so down. I am so down.
We'll do that like after SummerSlam because that's usually when our dead time is.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, after we will have no dead time these next few weeks.
Because apparently, I know summer is basically the time where WWE does everything, but like, cool the fuck down. Holy shit.
Oh, absolutely.
Go on, Caleb.
Natalya attacked a fan following her NWA match.
Who?
Natalya.
That's Natty. Different person. She said in interviews, it's Natty is different than Natalia, different character.
That does not look, but it doesn't look like it's a kayfabe attack.
It definitely has to be.
It did not look like it because the security with the show literally actually had to hold her back, not fake hold her back.
See, Natalia's not the type of person just attack people out of nowhere.
They were bickering at her.
I was gonna say that person had to say something.
They were bickering at her, and she walked up, slapped the shit out of him, and then tried to keep hitting him over the barricade before 5 different people started grabbing her, and she was still holding onto the rails for dear life to try to keep hitting her.
That's hitting
him. So I don't think it's as kayfabe as some people think. How is the space-time continuum can I be R-Truth's childhood hero when he's 150 years old? It doesn't make any sense.
He's only 52, fucking dickhead. 53, actually. Did you know that R-Truth made his WWE debut before Roxy and Perez was born?
I saw that fact today. What the
fuck?
Hey.
And R-Truth doesn't even look that old. Like, he looks like...
No. R-Truth still looks looks younger than some of the wrestlers on the current roster.
I was going to say, he looks like he might be the same age as like Seth Rollins. 38. That sounds about right.
It's crazy that there's almost a 10-year gap between Randy and Truth.
Yeah.
If you showed a blind or someone who's never watched wrestling, I guarantee you they'd say Truth is younger.
Probably.
It's ridiculous. He aged like fine wine.
That's what happens when you're funny.
Oh, so you'll look bad when you grow old.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean, you're already balding.
Jesus. Then he goes to the fucking soft spot. Damn.
I mean, I didn't go for the soft spot. I went for the spot with no hair. I'd go for a spot with hair if it was a soft one. You know, softer landing for my fist. Straight skull. Hi. 12 years ago, the Shield captured WWE Gold for the first time, beating Kofi. Dean beat Kofi for the U.S. title, and Seth and Roman beat Team Hell No.
Which we were talking about on Twitter this week. It's just random combos that just work.
Yeah. Team Hell No. Dude, I was straight. I saw your tweet on that. I'm like, that combo worked. That combo worked and makes sense. Mm-hmm. Why the hell is Edge and Christian on here?
Because Edge and Christian were only around for like 15 months.
Oh, they were. Yeah,
no, look it up. The first reign to the last reign is like 15 months. It's just over like a year, maybe a year and a half. It's short. They're not like the Dudley.
Edge and Christian. Tag team for 3 years, 98 to 2001. Regrouped at 2009 to 2011.
No. No.
I have the wiki pulled up right now.
I was watching an interview. Okay. And it was either they were not around for a while or they were just thrown together. I think
they might have been thrown together, but character. It wasn't like it was Team Hell No, where it was Brian, the happy dude, and Kane.
And Kane.
Kane speaks for himself,
19th. Dude. Yeah. That happened recently. Maxine Dupree and Chris Van Vliet's birthday, May 19th.
Man. Maxine Dupree's in some great company there.
It's also the day that Kane's movie came out, and they made a whole plotline around it.
Man, they have some horrible company too.
That's fair. Kane's a terrible person.
The pitch for SummerSlam. Oh, sorry, Money in the Bank is Cena, Travis Scott, and Logan Paul versus Cody and the Usos. Thoughts?
No. I don't want to give any thoughts. Because it's horrible. I don't want to see Travis Scott anywhere near a ring.
I would love it.
Bro ruined the ending to WrestleMania 41.
It would be awesome. All right, let's talk some Raw. First off, Roxy's officially a member of
Let's fucking go! Oh! Love that shit.
Gunther.
Oh my god.
These people should show you a
poster now. That's so out of date now.
What?
My NXT poster back here. It's Roxy and Cora.
One's on Raw, one's doing OnlyFans.
We'll talk about that.
These people should show you way more respect than they do Gunther to Logan Paul.
Caleb, how do you feel about one of your favorite characters?
I'm fine because after that, Gunther more or less basically said, "I dare you to step in the fucking ring with me so I can end your life."
Caleb, this man's character for the last however many years he's been in WWE, it has been he respects the mat more than anything else in this fucking company.
And did you listen to the full clip or did you just read that one quote?
I read the one quote. You
know what else he said? Outside of the ring. He said outside of the ring they should respect you more. They just pulled that quote out of context.
I don't care. I'm saying outside the ring they should respect you more, which means inside the ring they should respect you. But he's been bowing down to Jey Uso and Logan Paul. What the fuck are they doing to Gunther?
Getting him ready to, I don't know. I'm letting Triple H cook. Because Logan Paul did not cook as advertised.
I mean, it's Logan Paul. What do you expect?
Paul Heyman tells Jey Uso the long-term plan is Seth to be World Heavyweight Champion.
Real.
Finn Balor won a match.
End times are coming. The end times are here.
Match won this year.
Also, you've got to talk about SmackDown for a second.
We talked about some of SmackDown.
Alexa Bliss qualified.
Yeah, we talked about that last episode.
Oh, yeah, because it happened. Let's go qualified. Yeah.
We literally talked about it during the end of the episode.
I forgot to record Friday.
Yeah. See, I did the same thing earlier.
Well, I'm not. I'm supposed to be like, remember what happened on Friday? Like,
well, because we covered on Friday. That's why. That's why I cut halfway through SmackDown.
Anyways, back to Raw. I'll let you go back to Raw.
Roxy advances to Money in the Bank.
Let's fucking go. Roxy in the Bank is going to cook so hard. You see that Money in the Bank back there? It will be replaced by whatever they give Roxy.
Roxy's not getting a special one.
Yes, she will.
No.
Yes, she will.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
The pink one was just a one-time thing.
Also, they did Senior whatever it was, Senior Money in the Bank, whatever it was, for Damian Priest. They're doing one each year. I'm telling you this.
I don't know because what other than that, Carmelo. Why can't I think of her name? Carmella had a white one,
which is the normal one.
Oh yeah, it's normally white for women, duh. And then Brock Lesnar had a beatbox Money in the Bank. It was fucking awesome.
What was Money in the Bank, man?
Dude, that one, no, I love that one. There's something about Brock Lesnar dancing his ass off, walking out with that briefcase. That was just awesome.
I saw someone who's like, Roman Reigns Money in the Bank would be really interesting, and someone said, yeah, he'd be cashing via Skype.
Tyrese Halliburton will be in the 2K25 DLC pack. Duncan Destruction.
You know what's gonna happen? He'll be losing the match for 90% of the match, and then all of a sudden 10% through at the end for comeback.
Hey man, before his last playoff game, teams were 917 down 14 with like 3 minutes left in the playoffs. He made it 1-9-17.
Only the Knicks could manage to do that.
Dude, Tyrese Halliburton went from the start of the year. Is he overrated? Yes. Oh my lord, what is Tyrese Halliburton doing in the playoffs?
Like there's worse teams, like all the time than the Knicks, but only the Knicks can manage to do that.
No, there's a lot of teams that can manage.
No, only the Knicks can do that in such embarrassing fashion.
The Raptors did it for 5 years.
That's
in the playoffs.
LeBron was around.
Yes. Every year, the Raptors found an embarrassing way to lose to LeBron. Yes.
That's our basketball segment.
Zoe Stark got injured.
Dude. And I feel so bad because it was a miscommunication between both of them. Because you can hear Zoe yell, Kari. And then Kari turns around to hit her spot because she's a little late. And ends up just worst spot. Right in the knee.
And the rumor says she's out the rest of the year.
Probably.
That it ends her.
Really sucks because both Shayna and Sonya got released. And
Zoe was finally going to get her chance again.
Zoe was going to get her chance to like get some shine and
destroys her knee.
Yeah, it's not looking good for Zoe, just in general.
Which resulted in Kari saying eating the pin on her return. Which I don't think was supposed to happen until Zoe.
No, it's definitely going to be Zoe. They had to pull an audible. But Rhea Ripley has advanced on to Money in the Bank. Caleb.
Mm-hmm.
So how does it feel when Rhea Ripley actually is starting to earn her way back to the championship feud?
Anyways, let's go back to
No. Fuck you.
No, I said no agendas.
I don't. This is not agenda. This is me pushing back in some assholes. People are like,
I'm happy she's in a match to earn the right.
I was supposed to say
that I'm fine with.
Rightfully so. People are pissed that Rhea did not earn her right to that match.
It annoys me when it's the It annoys me when they Charlotte Flair superstar. You know what I mean? Exactly what I say.
Understandable. That's so understandable.
As soon as I'm Rhea Ripley, I'm going for the title. I'm done with Rhea Ripley. All my stocks are sold. I'm out.
I understand the complaint about like, oh, I can just get into a championship feud, but also now she's earning her right to that feud through the Money in the Bank, and people are pissed about it. People are like, why is she Money in the Bank? Not like Becky Lynch and Trish Stratus were in the last two.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm happy Rhea Ripley's at Money in the Bank. I'll actually watch the fucking pay-per-view. Not that I wasn't going to. Roxy's there, so.
And Roxy's an ally of Judgment Day.
I'm gonna kill myself, dude.
Do you hate or like this?
I've been so over the Judgment Day since Bad Blood.
Thank you, Jason. Thank you for not making this an argument.
But
oh no.
And I'm gonna say this, and I have to preference it with this. This is a bit. Dom got unreal Riz, dude. What the fuck is in his fucking chicken nuggets, dude? It's crazy.
I don't know. Roxy gave him some.
How does he pull? Again, bit. Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan, Tiffany Stratton, and Roxanne Perez. Unreal. And not to mention 3 of those 4 women with current wrestlers. What the fuck?
Can I say this?
What?
This whole Dom gets every woman thing is getting very old. It was very funny to start with.
I hope they keep it going forever as long as they don't commit to it.
Because
like every so often a woman walks up to like,
yeah, that's different than they seem to try to make it a big deal every time they do it.
No, I'm fine if like Roxy's just trying to get in the good races of Judgment
Day,
and then but if like doesn't align with them.
If like on Monday she does it again, I will have more of an issue with it.
I'll be on that boat with you, buddy.
Unless it's what people think is going to happen is Roxy's doing that to become friends with Raquel, so Raquel will eventually betray Liv because he wants to be friends with Roxy over Liv.
Raquel twice.
Can I finish what I'm fucking saying? So then Roxy can take Raquel from Liv, leaving Liv alone. Then she can betray Raquel, and now Liv is by herself with no partner and won't want Raquel back after betraying her. And it's Roxy's huge play of getting Liv one-on-one in a property of Dom match.
Shut the fuck up. I saw the graphic too. I saw the graphic.
I saw the fatal 4-way.
I saw the fatal 3-way. Yeah.
I saw one with Tiffy in the corner too. I saw one with Tiffy in the corner. And it was a ladder match, and it was going to be Dom's baby picture above the and then Ray was going to win.
But as long as this is a bit, or they use it to not be a Dom thing, and just be like a how to infiltrate Judgment Day, I'm perfectly happy. But Judgment Day needs to blow up. I need it to be over. I love Judgment Day, and it's just gone off the fucking deep end.
Braun Breaker vs. Jey Uso. Braun Breaker tells a fan in the crowd that they're a fat ass.
Oh, magically he'll work.
It's good. Which led to Green, and then I don't know how the match happened, which led to Punk and Sammy coming out and fight to end the show. Then Logan Paul comes out and stands tall over Jay. Messy ass main event.
I don't want to be here anymore.
It's a multi-week feud there.
I don't want to be here. Apparently, it's going to extend after. Yeah, we already talked about that report. Never mind.
Mm-hmm. There has been talks internally that WWE is lining up things to finally launch NXT Europe.
Stop.
Yep, thank you. I'm not the only one. Don't add too much. Don't make it overcomplicated.
This is how AEW's got in trouble, because it's Dynamite, Collision, Rampage, and now you have to follow Ring of Honor and you have to follow New Japan. It's too much.
Next up, current field for women's Money in the Bank is Alexa via Roxy.
Mm-hmm.
Batista says Hollywood is a cakewalk compared to being a professional wrestler.
Sure.
I have a strong work ethic, and my work ethic really came from the WWE. They're not only durable people, but it's the hardest grind that I could ever imagine. Being in Hollywood, being on a film set, it's long hours, but not compared to the grind of being a professional wrestler. It's a cakewalk. It's night and day. I'm in this business, and I find it hard to relate to people who are just always unhappy on set and complaining about something. I don't relate to that at all. Thoughts?
Sorry, I was changing the time on my fucking computer.
Oh my god.
I was 2 hours behind. I'm sorry. Sure.
Do you even know what I said?
Something about Alexa, I think.
He basically says Hollywood is easy. He thinks Hollywood is easy because being on set is just long hours, nothing compared to being a WWE wrestler. So he does understand when people are unhappy and complain about everything on set, since he's been through the life of being a WWE wrestler.
Fair. What the fuck?
It's been over a month since we last saw Cody Rhodes in WWE.
Yeah.
Are we good?
Does the recording thing say 2 hours, 28 minutes?
No, it says 28 for me.
Good. Okay, we're good then.
It's because you changed the time on the clock.
I changed the time. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, we've been here for 2 hours, dude.
I was so confused. I'm like, we have not been talking for 2 hours, have we?
Logan Paul says the hate against him is forced. I'm going to say, it's true. Logan Paul hate is forced. In the WWE, Logan Paul hate is forced. Say whatever the fuck you want about me that's negative about my ability to wrestle, about my ability on the mic, even about my ability to become champion to beat Jey Uso. It's not true. You're lying to yourself.
We don't hate him enough.
Hey, respect Logan Paul.
No. No, absolutely fucking not.
Trick Williams had a diss track on Joe Hendry during NXT.
I don't care. I don't care, man.
Wow, bro does not care about Joe Hendry.
No, I don't. Caleb, in what type of match did John Cena defend the WWE Championship at Judgment Day, May 22nd today, 2005?
Was that I Quit?
It wasn't I Quit match.
Was that versus Randy too?
I'm
Or was
guessing.
that Batista? But against...
I'll look it up. I'll look it up.
Judgment Day 2005. I think that was the
Is this Cena?
JBL.
Yeah.
Damn.
Do you know where it was?
Oh, I do not care.
I'm just asking, man.
No. Was that Give Me Los Angeles?
No.
Where?
Minneapolis.
No, wouldn't have guessed that.
Let's go.
I'm getting ready to read you the next one. I was giving us a second to reset before we go back to movie mode.
No, we're good.
Roman Reigns is in talks to star in the live-action Street Fighter movie.
Yeah, I think the rumor was Akuma. I don't know who that is. I don't play Street Fighter. So he's never coming back. WWE. Same with The Rock. The Rock also got a role.
Yeah, we good. We cooked. We are cooked.
No more Rock.
No
Kill
more
this
Rock. No more
heel Cena. Have him just randomly turn face tomorrow.
Because The Rock will be in the psychological thriller Breakthrough.
What the fuck's going on with The Rock, man? He's going to be in a movie about a boxer, like an actual drama. He doesn't like The Rock. And he's going to be a psychological thriller for A24 of all fucking studios. I'm so confused what's going on with The Rock right now. I'm happy for him because these are things that he's not used to doing. But I'm so confused.
Adam Hangman Page and Will Ospreay had a pretty decent promo battle on AEW.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't. They didn't, though.
They did.
No.
MJF roasted him on before officially signing the contract to join the Hurt Syndicate.
Yeah, MJF is officially part of the Hurt Syndicate. No, turn or whatever that I thought was going to happen because, obvious is obvious. But, nope. Just part of the Hurt Syndicate now.
Yeah, he's almost there. He fits in perfectly.
Yes, clearly.
Where's Cedric Alexander? Make it the whole club.
Well, he mentioned the Hurt Syndicate. He made reference to it on an indie show.
8 years ago, Jinder Mahal became WWE champion.
Do you remember who he dethroned?
Randy.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Random. Random.
Before the Punjabi prison match. Yeah, I remember that era.
Punjabi prison match is crazy.
Yeah, Great Khali even appeared.
Well, yeah, because Great Khali had the first Punjabi prison match. Mm-hmm. And then the second one was Undertaker, someone else. Nothing to do with, Punjabi.
9 years ago, Cody Rhodes was released by WWE.
That's crazy because he's still off WWE TV.
Yeah.
Never came back.
He left as Cody Rhodes.
Yeah. Oh, someone proposed the question. If Cody Rhodes never came back, WWE, who should have dethroned Roman Reigns?
Dethrone Roman Reigns? Well, Roman Reigns isn't the WWE champion.
So if Cody Rhodes never came back.
Oh. Who should have done it? Seth.
Okay. Thankfully, the right page here, buddy. Just gonna be concerned.
The 24/7 is 6 years old.
No, it's 24/7.
Sorry, 24/7.
Yeah, you said that.
It's 6 years old.
Yeah, but it's 24/7. It's just always. It doesn't age.
Money in the Bank will be held in New Orleans, LA, according to the
New Orleans, LA, Louisiana.
They've left off a comma in this report. They left off. Where you go?
I think I put my camera on accident.
Oh my god. Technical difficulties with the webcam now.
What the fuck happened?
Grayson is cooked.
It's just not letting me? I hit one fucking wire on accident.
Oh my god. He's cooked.
It won't let me. Oh. There we go. I'm back. What?
There he is for me now. I was like, that's a black screen. I don't know what you're talking about.
You didn't know I turned into a black screen randomly, man.
Oh, nice. So you're gonna start having your camera on for D&D then since it's the black screen? According to the Greater New Orleans Sports Federation, this comes after the city is no longer hosting WrestleMania 42.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Came up today.
And that's because I've heard two different places where WrestleMania 42 could be taking place.
I've heard rumors of London.
Oh, that's one I didn't even hear.
Well, London's always in rumors to get every fucking PLE.
The one you'd be okay with is Vegas. Apparently might be hosting again.
No, I would not be okay with Vegas. What do you mean?
I said okay. Because
I wouldn't be okay with Vegas. Vegas just
compared to the other option?
Let me hit that option.
Apparently Saudi Arabia made a really big bid for Mania.
I'm going to kill myself.
I read a report that apparently if they have it their way, they'll have both Rumble and Mania this year.
Oh my god. Oh, I forgot the Rumble was in fucking Saudi.
That apparently there's a chance the road to WrestleMania begins and ends in Saudi Arabia this year.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm not even shitting you.
Yeah.
If next year they put WrestleMania in Saudi, we're covering AEW. From January 2026, January 1st, 2026 to whatever day WrestleMania is, we're covering AEW. I don't care.
AEW.
We will start watching AEW. That's fucking ridiculous.
But the Vegas rumor is from a New Orleans news article.
Cool.
Which is 50-50 because that could just be them trying to get clicks.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
And that apparently, according to PW insiders, that it is going to be Vegas. But there is rumors also that spreading around that it is Saudi. Which is why I said you'll be okay with Vegas compared to the other option.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, the only option I was
like, does Caleb know what cities I actually hate, like, to be around? And I'm like, you're like, Saudi Arabia. I'm like, yep, he definitely does.
You said you'd be okay with it.
Jesus Christ.
Anyways, we have something to talk about here.
The Saudi Arabia making a fucking, not only Royal Rumble, but fucking Mania?
No.
That hurts my head.
Some stuff that actually you sent me on Twitter first. Stephanie Vaquer was apparently in a movie.
Yeah, she was in a random movie once in full gear.
I sent you this. Apparently the original card for Backlash.
That's a fake card, buddy.
I know, I love it. It's a great card.
That is a Duck versus Caleb my GM card.
Tona Loa versus Goldberg in a 30-minute Iron Man match. Meat 10 versus Zoe Stark. Hunter versus Pat. Jay vs. Logan, Candice vs. Selena, Cena vs. Michael Cole in an I Quit match.
I'm telling you, man, it's a Duck versus Caleb my GM card.
And John Cena vs. Byron Saxton.
I'm telling you, man.
It would have been a good card.
It rivals Akira Tozawa versus Logan Paul.
I am going to need to watch the rest of LFG officially now.
No.
Why?
Because they pick. Okay, first of all, they picked the worst woman's option.
That's why I need to watch. The guys I understand. I need to understand what the fuck happened.
Jasper Troy's like okay, whatever.
I like Jasper Troy. Jasper Troy, I thought
Tylo should have won, in my opinion.
I need to watch the rest of it because I need to see what happened on why Tylo won.
Because as much as I don't want to gas her up, Zeno would have at least been funny to see her win somehow. Yeah. What happened to what's her face? Oh my god,
Danny?
Yeah, thank you.
Danny is that's the fallout. I wonder.
It has to be injury. It has to be her back.
That's my theory. Is it has to be the fact that his back
carried the show too hard, man.
I think it has to do with the back.
Yeah.
I need to know because I know they started eliminating people. I know, and I know like Bubba got rid of BJ Ray. I know they got rid of Bailey because he just wasn't ready yet. Mm-hmm. Those are the only two I know for sure. Based off the comments, I'm assuming Xena was still around by the time.
Yeah, she was. She was like I think she won the last ones.
I'm assuming unless Danny got injured, Danny was still there.
I think one last episode to be watched before Mania, her back was tweaked.
Let me see how quickly I can pull this shit up.
He's looking up.
See how quickly I can pull this shit up. WWE on A&E. LFG. The finale. Silo was in the finale.
Yeah. Well, I obviously, man. It's shot the hell, man.
It was.
I hate that the reward was.
Danny didn't even make the final four.
It had
the final two women.
It had to be her back. Who was the other woman? Was it Leah?
Xena. It was Xena.
What the fuck?
I understand it as far. Hold on, here it is.
I was joking with Xena. I thought it was. I was like, it'd be funny.
They got rid of they had one huge cut. When they cut it in half, they got rid of Tatiana, Leia, Bailey, and Serena, which are the right cuts.
No, Leah's really good.
Wonder if this has it here.
They won't.
Vicky doesn't have the order. I need to see what happened with Danny. Because I would have.
It had to be her back, dude.
That would have been too old.
Here, what happened?
Hold on.
Danny LFG.
I found it. No, they just sent it home.
What the fuck?
They just sent her home.
Why?
Well, it was her. I don't know. I don't agree with that, but it's what they did.
Okay. I hate that the reward was a contract because it makes me feel like those other people they're probably gonna get on TV eventually, but like
Jasper Troy's already on TV.
Oh yeah, I know he tagged over. But like why did it have to be a contract?
I will say though, with Jasper Troy, I want Booker as his manager.
Sure.
I think Booker works too well as his hype man.
Booker's a hype man in general. That's kind of his thing.
But I think he works really well.
So say, like he had some Stephanie trick, like that's his kind of his thing.
I think he works seamlessly there.
Probably.
It could just be me, but I think it was a choice of all time.
Chyra's the wrong choice.
Anyways, let's. Oh my God, there was not a lot of news this week. Jesus Christ.
There was a ton of news this week.
What did I miss?
Well, yeah, Jasper Troy attacked Oba, which is wild that you make him attack the fucking NXT champion and not, I don't know, the North American champion you've done nothing with.
Who's the North American champ right now?
Shawn Spears. No, it's not. It's Ricky Saints.
I couldn't remember.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, the women's North American champion is more important on NXT anyways. I've been really wanting to get WWE 2K25 just because I want to do Universe mode. But, like, it's so expensive.
That's why I don't do it.
I'm waiting for it to go on, like, because I remember last year, 24 went on sale for like $20, like every 3 weeks.
Pretty much what I'm waiting on.
And I think it has to be like, it's got to be around SummerSlam.
Because I have so many ideas for universe modes.
Same.
That I want to do. It's just doesn't make sense.
Ruka holding all the championships over there?
No, Liva.
Wow.
Liva gets them all.
Fair. That's kind of fair. Well, we have Saturday Night Main Event. We have Double or Nothing.
Double or Nothing's this week. We have to predict.
Remember I said it was last day.
We'll predict it this.
It's a full card out, so you know.
Before we predict that, I want to talk about women's wrestling, the WWE State of Women's Wrestling.
Don't we do that every week?
But we've had 2 major calls.
Don't we pull the alarm every week?
But no, it's not pulling the alarm. I'm trying to fill some fucking time here, okay?
I got that part, buddy.
We had Julia and Roxy get called up.
We did.
And obviously the expectation is for them to be major players on both brands. Correct. Especially, I'm just going to say it, Julia on SmackDown because they desperately need her. They need a new top dog in that, top player in that show.
Buddy, Julia's like going to be going to the mid-card first.
Triple
H called her really early, and that's a good sign, but he's definitely throwing her in that mid-card.
She's going straight from Chiffy. She's Julia in the bank.
Unless she wins this Money in the Bank, no.
Actually, you know what? Predictions. Money in the Bank. Go.
We've been over this. Roxy Mello.
We're not changing one bit. I'm still Karrion Kross. I'm actually no.
We got a match.
Karrion Kross, Julia.
Hey, buddy. I don't know about you, but Karrion Kross is then the bell rings, and then you're like, ooh, that's rough. He's gonna have a qualifier on Monday. I'm gonna be seated and watch it. He's gonna qualify. Buddy, he was a main event.
Yeah, and he's getting pops like no other.
He was a main event.
He is gonna be the next big thing.
Isn't he like 37 now?
I think he's like no.
He might be in his 40s. Carla just turned like 38.
No.
Which, if she's 38.
No. Karrion Kross is a young 39. He turns 40 in a month. Sorry, 2 months.
He's older than both Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns.
He's the future of the company.
There are so many names I could throw out there beforehand, but all right. All right, Villager. But anyways, you're talking about call-up. You were talking about call-ups.
But we had those 2 call. Do you think we expect anything more call-up wise?
In the near future, you mean? Like post?
It's please SummerSlam.
I can see Tatum just because the story's there. Because Shotzi and Gigi were released, and she's by herself now, and she's having a crash out. Who is the one person that Tatum has a relationship with that can stop this crash out?
Liva.
Exactly. And guess what? It's pretty easy setup for I'm going after IC title and setting up the match. Easy setup there. So I see Tatum. Soul's a good option, but she has to drop beforehand. I don't know if she's dropping before SummerSlam. Obviously, you have people like Stephanie. Stephanie would need to drop Jordan at Battleground if she's going to call up. Those are the 3 names I would throw out to get called up. Like soon.
I think we'll talk. I think waiting a while. I think because I think they're gonna want to with how quick paced these next few weeks are.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're gonna start to see a major slowdown in call-ups.
I'm saying like early July is when these call-ups would happen.
I don't even think that fast.
And if Stephanie's not getting called up, it's whoever. If Stephanie wins at Battleground, Jordan's getting called up. If Jordan wins, Stephanie's getting called up. That's my opinion.
I think it'll be interesting to see just what happens. Specifically at the upcoming NXT show, I can't think of what it is.
Battleground?
And who wins what?
Yeah. Bringing back Kalani versus Soul.
Remember
that cooked last year at Heatwave?
I'm here for it.
I'm
here for it. Now let's talk Double or Nothing.
Yeah, let's go.
The card is Nigel McGuinness and Daniel Garcia versus FTR.
Nigel and Daniel Garcia. They'll cook.
Give me Nigel and Daniel Garcia because I think Edge is getting involved.
No, because FTR turned on. Well, yeah, that would make sense. Never mind.
Sorry, Cope.
I'm sorry. Yeah, Cope. FTR turned on Cope. Whatever the fuck thing is.
Mark Briscoe versus Ricochet in a stretcher match.
Mark Briscoe versus Ricochet. You said right?
Mm-hmm.
Briscoe. I'm not gonna vote for Ricochet. You know this.
Give me Ricochet.
Fuck you.
Mercedes Moné versus Jamie Hayter.
This is the Owen Hart, right?
Owen Hart tournament finale.
I will start pushing the heinous agendas. The Mercedes wins this. I'll take Jamie.
Give me Mercedes Moné
because she should not win this one bit.
She's winning dominantly. Hangman versus Ospreay. Owen Hart tournament final.
Hey, you got my agendas against Ricochet are bad. I'm picking Hangman.
Give me Ospreay.
Especially because Hangman's one of my favorite.
We are taking one differently here, and I'm here for it.
Yes, because our views on AEW are vastly different, buddy. Yeah. I think we agree on 2 people in total.
Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin versus Dustin Rhodes and Sammy Guevara.
We cannot have an old man holding this fucking title. Give me Bobby and Shelton. I know they're old too, but they're not.
Bobby. Give me Dustin and Sammy because MJF turns on him instantly.
I think both those teams are the same age combined, but Shelton and Bobby are both 40. Dustin's 60 and Sammy's 20-something. They're the same age, but just one of them is a lot older.
Toni Storm versus Mina.
Toni Storm's retaining. She lost against Mina last week. She's not going to lose again.
So I'm trying to find one thing about this.
I'm also thinking they're. I really hope they bring up Athena. I can't be like I think they're going to bring up Athena. I have no evidence for it. No, be nice if they brought up Athena.
Okay, here it is. Then we have Team Swerve versus Team Moxley. Team Swerve consists of Swerve Strickland, Kenny Omega, Powerhouse Hobbs, Samoa Joe, Katsuyori Shibata, and Willow Nightingale.
Yep. Who just signed a new contract?
Yeah, congratulations. Thankfully, you signed a new one. I didn't want her in WWE. She fits too well in AEW.
I know. I never was like, yes, let's go for WWE now.
Versus Jon Moxley, the Young Bucks, Claudio, Willa Yuta, and Marina Shafir.
Hey, Caleb, there's an easy way to say that group. It's just the Death Riders.
I just went with what I went with all names.
It's just the Death Riders.
Give me Team Swerve.
I really hope Darby does not show up. They need to stop this Darby fucking bullshit. If they give the money back to give the title back to Swerve or give it to fucking Ospreay. I'll take the best fighters just to be different.
You will.
I think what's the over under that Mox split like on time for Mox bleeding?
Give me 13 minutes.
You think 13?
Yes.
I'll take the under on that. Bro's bleeding in 2 seconds.
Oh, also I want to call out someone who said who let the old lady back in the game concerning the Alexa Chelsea Beaton match, which then sparked Chelsea to comment, "Girl, I'm 36 younger than me."
Alexa's the youngest person in that match.
Yeah.
She's just been around for a long time.
All right, you ready to predict Saturday main event, and then
let's predict that so we can have more time.
So right now we have 4 matches confirmed.
None of them women.
None of them women. We'll start with Damian vs. Drew. Steel cage.
Okay, Mania, Drew won.
Yeah.
They did a match before that, didn't they?
No.
I swear they met.
Not of this feud. It was just a bunch of them jumping each other.
Okay. I feel it's gotta be Damian then. Just because, like, if you are setting up a second match, you're going for a trilogy. It's not a good trilogy, but the same.
I'm taking Drew. They're not setting up a trilogy. They're getting Drew ready to go into the main event scene.
It's still cage, man. I'll take Damian.
Cena vs. Truth. And I want to say this. People are pissed at Triple H for Truth fighting Cena for the world title.
No, it makes sense.
Cena got to choose his opponents for the run. Cena had a list of who he wanted to face. Truth was on that list. It's not hard to comprehend.
It's also, they have history. It's not like it's out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's a childhood hero thing.
I'm also thinking capital punishment. So, is it for a title?
Yeah.
It's for the title?
It's for the title. Cena's going to win.
Then I'll take Cena, yeah.
Punk and Sami Zayn versus Seth and Braun Breaker.
Seth and Braun Breaker.
Seth and Braun Breaker. Yeah, Sami eats the pin.
This is the same thing with like the Pride. You cannot have them lose their first outing.
No.
Even if it's for scheming means, you have to have them win.
World Heavyweight Championship. Jay versus Logan Paul.
God, my fucking nightmare. It's gonna main event too, right?
It's the main event. It's been announced.
Why? You have Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, CM Punk, and Sami Zayn all in one match. And it's not main eventing? Just to avoid crash out, Jay
Uso wins.
If Logan Paul wins, man. If Logan Paul wins, it'd be as bad as putting WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia.
No, it wouldn't be that bad.
It would. It would, because your champion can't go everywhere. He's banned from several countries.
God, he is.
Yeah.
All right. Well, short episode this week, sadly, because we have one last thing to do.
Power rankings. Which will take us like 15 minutes. We'll be fine.
Probably.
It's a shorter episode.
You want to do men or women first?
We always start with women, so let's start with women as you go first.
My number 5, the biggest fall off of the week for me. Bailey from 1 to 5. Lyra Valkyria. Oh my God, she stayed at your 1, didn't she?
No, she fell completely off.
She fell completely off yours?
Yeah.
I couldn't bring myself to take it fully off the list.
There's a reason why 2 people fell off the list this week, and 2 people I really did not want to pull off the list, but I had to for proper reasons.
I fully let my bias step in here and say I
would have let my bias step in, but I wasn't willing to.
There's one other person who completely fell off my list, and I think might have the same person.
I don't know. My number 5 is Alexa Bliss. She has finally gotten some booking, and she has gone to a PLE match, a massive PLE match, one of the most important that you need. And I think, honestly, she could definitely win. Like, it's not like a far cry. She's should be the first time, 2-time Money in the Bank winner for the women. But also, we've had Charlotte Flair become a 2-time Royal Rumble winner. We've had Bianca Belair become 2-time Elimination Chamber winner. Maybe Alexa Bliss becomes 2-time Money in the Bank winner, which I mean Triple H just reliving the 2010s.
My number 4 is Tiffy time.
I wanted to put Tiffy on my list. I really did, just because that match was really good. And again, that fucking it's not a buckshot. That fucking shotgun or fucking drop kick is crazy. But I couldn't justify it. But go
on. Got Nia to have a great match. Looked great.
Which is hard enough.
She's been solid. Not bad. Not good enough to be on the list. Not bad enough for us to shit talk her the last few weeks. Ooh. She's just been solid. Great performance. Deserves to be on the list.
Yeah. My number 4. I'm going to be real. I kind of forgot that she didn't have the match yet. She'll have the match when this comes out. I put Julia at number 4. She goes up a spot. I thought she won her match already.
I know you did. I saw your Twitter.
Shut up.
I saw your Twitter. I knew you were.
Yeah, I forgot that I also was shit talking like Julia, Roxanne, Rhea, and I was like, wait a minute, Julia hasn't won her match yet, but she is set for a match. Yeah, so she moved to SmackDown officially. She fully got called up, one of the fastest call-ups I've ever seen in the women's division. She set up her Money in the Bank qualifier match. Thought she won her match, but we'll see. I guess you guys will know before we do, but fuck yeah, Julia. She goes up a spot for it.
My number 3 is Io Sky. I kept Io on the list even after doing almost nothing.
Yeah, rightfully so, but you drop her that low?
She was my number 2 last week.
And?
She dropped 1 spot.
Okay, you remember after number 5, we had the same list.
Yes. I had 2 names go above her.
That's crazy. I couldn't justify that.
Io didn't have much to do last week. It's as much as a respect for the game of Io Sky as anything. She had the same week as Lyra. Lyra dropped 1 to 5 because Lyra hadn't had that consistency to be that high. Io gets the champion's benefit.
My number 3 is Rhea Ripley. Okay. First of all, this is her first time getting good bookings, and she lost the championship. She's going to Money in the Bank, which I don't remember if she's been in a Money in the Bank match.
She has not.
Which is okay. Which thank you for knowing that off the top of your head, because that makes me so much more excited for this match now, because I need to know what she's going to do.
Confirm that she hasn't without fact checking. She's been champion for 2 of the last 3. One of them she was injured.
Yeah.
The other one was she was in the middle of her world title feud.
Mm-hmm.
And then she was not on the main roster for the other 2.
No, she was. Because I know that she faced Charlotte Flair at Money in the Bank.
Okay. But I am like 99% sure she's yet to be in a Money in the Bank.
Yeah, I don't think she has. Unless maybe she was in the 2020 one where it was really large and there was like a fuck ton of people and they were on the tower. So he's searching it up. But anyways, Rhea Ripley is getting actually good booking for the first time in a while. She's still good as like that match. She was fucking kicking ass. She's amazing. Still one of the greatest women's wrestlers in the world. We can also have a little bit of a conversation in a second after we're done with the rankings to elongate this a little bit. But anyways, yeah, Rhea Ripley's my number 3. He's looking it up.
Yes. No, she is yet to not been in Money.
Woo! First time for anything.
The only time she's actually been on the PLE was that match against Charlotte.
Yeah.
Otherwise, she has never been at Money. Otherwise, she has not been at a Money in the Bank PLE even. My number 2 is Rhea Ripley.
You know what? I like it. I like it. Wait, our number 1's the same person? It's gotta be. It's gotta be. It cannot be the other person that I dropped off my list.
It might be. Rhea Ripley won her first Money in the Bank qualifying match, which is huge.
Yeah.
Even though she pinned Kairi Sane.
She shouldn't have pinned Kairi.
It is a good week for her.
Really good week. My number 2 is Io Sky.
Okay.
The Genius Sky. Io is still fantastic. I feel like at this point where we're at right now it's just voter fatigue for us. She's been so high, and we're like, we gotta give some love to someone else. And we've done it for 2 weeks in a row. Once Io gets a defense again, I think we'll put her back at 1. But she'll definitely be in this top 5. She's still fantastic. She's still one of the greatest women's wrestlers. She is the greatest women's wrestler in the Federation or WWE, whatever I'm fucking call it. The only other person that comes close right now is Toni Storm. It's not a fucking question. It's just that her weeks over the last few weeks have not been great, just because she hasn't had a defense or a setup for a defense. Caleb, I'm hoping my number 1's the same person.
My number 1 is Stephanie Vaquer.
I'm waiting to see who's actually fibbing or not.
Stephanie has yet to be number 1 on my list.
Yes, she has.
No, she never. Did she reach number 1 at one point in mine?
I think she did.
Okay. She hasn't been number 1 in a while because of Io Sky. Stephanie's been putting in the greatest work of her career in WWE recently.
All right, stop.
I'm fucking capping my ass off.
Yeah, I know.
Perez is my number 1.
Thank God we have the same number 1 and number 2. I was going. No, we don't.
We do not have the same number 2.
I apologize.
We have the same top 3. Just 2 and 3 are flipped for us.
Okay, first of all, Stephanie is great. She just hasn't had anything to fucking do, man.
I know. I hate her.
It was a casualty I did not want to have happen.
I did not have that. I did not want that casualty. I couldn't justify her doing the same amount as Lyra in a week, dropping her 4 to off the list.
I would put Tiffany or Lyra above her. I couldn't justify it because there's 5 names. Couldn't put 10. He's looking.
What?
What
am I looking for?
I was saying that I couldn't justify putting her over Tiffany or Lyra in the first place. So
I couldn't either. I was trying to justify finding a spot for her. Roxy, Rhea, Io couldn't leave the list.
Yeah.
Tiffy couldn't go below her. Her and Lyra did the exact same amount of stuff last week, and Lyra was my number 1. She was my number 4.
Okay.
How do I justify dropping someone 4 to 5 when 1 falls all the way off the list?
Yeah. But yeah, Roxanne Perez finally called up to the main roster. Fucking finally. And has made her fucking presence known already. She's just qualified from like she's gonna go against 2 former world champions in that match. And if she does win that, we'll go against a 3rd world champion. They are shooting her to the moon like they should. This is like Braun Breaker level pushing. I fucking love it. She's fucking fantastic in the ring as well. She's doing amazing work, and she's had the best weeks over the last few.
I can't say that much more.
No elaboration, just yeah. Okay.
The men.
Number 5. Drew McIntyre.
Ooh.
He's got a match this weekend.
Yeah. He does. Is that your whole reasoning?
Basically, man.
Oh my lord.
You know I don't watch men's wrestling or pay attention to men's wrestling as much. Also, I think the name that I had at 5, I didn't really like being there, so I had to get rid of him.
My number 5 is Obafemi. NXT male superstars finally made the list for the first time in forever.
I would say he made my first list.
But it's the first time in forever. Obafemi is outstanding.
Yeah.
Let's be clear here. Him being off the list isn't because of him. It's more he hasn't had stuff to do. He's finally had something to do. And he's been cooking it. He's been killing it promo-wise. Sold his ass off for Jasper Troy. Even on a non-PLE week, he found his way to creep back onto the list. That's not something in NXT you can do easily. Obafemi did that casually. Obafemi just casually had like an average week we expect from him and rolled back into the top 5.
I mean, men's wrestling isn't the greatest. I think that's why people don't really like wrestling right now, is because most people pay attention to men's wrestling.
Yeah.
My number 4 is CM Punk. This is just him moving up a spot because he has a match this weekend, and he was in number 5 last week, and simply number 4 I didn't like, so I just dropped him out.
Number 4. At the ripe age of 52, this man is still getting a world title shot.
Let's go.
R-Truth is number 4 on my list.
Let's fucking go. I don't
still
know.
Still in his prime.
Yeah.
Never left his prime. Never will. Cut a great promo about John Cena still being his hero.
True.
Love that man.
It has been on the fucking WWE roster longer than Roxy and Perez has been alive.
Yeah.
God damn. That's like one of those like Tom Brady or LeBron James stats where it's like, you wrestled blah, blah, blah.
Debuted before I was born.
Yeah. Debuted before I was born. Dude, we gotta do that, like find like who R-Truth wrestled like far back, like Ric Flair. And then who's wrestled recently, like that's a newbie.
Who's the oldest versus who's the youngest?
Yeah, you know how like they did LeBron, LeBron like wrestled like that one guy's dad, and then
wrestled this one guy's dad.
Yeah, he did. He played that one guy's
Jabari
dad.
Smith Jr.'s father, Jabari Smith, and then played Jabari Smith Jr.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, you know more basketball than I know.
LeBron said, "Oh my God, now I officially feel old."
My number 3 is Braun Breaker. I'm sorry.
My number 3 is Braun Breaker.
Whoa. I was going to say, I can't give credit to the guy who's been kind of jobbing it for Seth Rollins.
Yeah, my number 3 is Braun Breaker, too.
I love
dropping down one spot.
He's been in number 3 for the last few weeks for me.
He finally dropped for me.
He's fucking great still. This is not me being like he's jobbing for Cena. Not Cena. Seth. It's just
some guys moved up. He moved down.
Yeah, he's really good. Right now, it's just like he's not in the control right now. He's not in the driver's seat.
Oh, which is fine.
Yeah. Once he gets the title, which he will be by the end of the year. Yeah, he's getting by the end of the year. I'm calling it now.
And who's your number 2?
My number 2 is it's my boy. It's Dominic Mysterio.
Oh, you kept Dom on your list.
Why would I not? Why would I kick the IC champion off? He had a Riz moment, bro. I can't kick him off when he's collecting the Grayson Infinity women.
Call me Tiffany Stratton because I top kicked that bitch off my list.
Fuck you. You bitch.
I'm not Dom. That's not an option for me.
But Dominic Mysterio is still fucking amazing at his job. He's a great champion. He's great at his fucking character work. I just really hope he got another defense in because then I'll have to drop him points, and I don't want to drop him points. But Dom will be here too. He's gonna be like Seth Rollins here. And
I want you to look in my eyes.
Oh, what's up, CM Punk?
And tell me what you see.
I see CM Punk apparently at number 2.
CM Punk is my cult of personality number 2.
That's crazy.
He jumped from not on the list to number 2.
That's crazy.
He was borderline on the list last time. I think a lot of it is not a lot of shit happened this week. That his huge ass pop and people singing cult of personality during the standoff shows just how over this man truly is. After that's a
question?
No. But like truly how over he is. Everyone knew he was over. But when you're just looking at Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker with Sammy by your side, no music playing and they're still singing cult of personality.
Yeah.
That's a statement. And I think that's a lot of why he rose. PLE match this weekend against, I'm assuming, is both of our number 1.
Yeah, JSO.
Yeah. And I'll speak for both of us because Grayson's fucking stupid. Seth Rollins' reign of terror is not ending today because Grayson cannot.
I just want to see some bullshit. I'm gonna be real.
No, Grayson, you're done talking for power rankings. You're on the sideline.
I don't have LBS done, but fuck.
You're on the sideline.
No. Do I have
number one, by far, Seth Rollins. He's been doing the finest of work.
Yeah.
Even though his work this week wasn't this. If there was a week recently for someone to jump him, it was this week. And Braun Breaker had the opportunity to pass him. Braun Breaker just didn't execute in the matches Braun Breaker is supposed to execute.
Correct.
Otherwise, there was a world in which Seth Rollins drops to 2, maybe even 3, if execution would have happened.
We need to send memos out to these wrestlers every week, be like, if it's a slow week where nothing's like really happening and they're kind of setting up time,
give us something.
This is your time to jump up 10 million spots. Because, people might be pissed about how we power rank things online, but if someone does it amazing for like a week at one spot, we will pop them up 10 million spots.
CM Punk literally climbed like 5 spots in 1 week.
Dude,
and he barely was in a ring.
I remember Brian was off our list, like on an off our list.
And then 2.
We started doing this. 2. And then that one spot where he goes down the ramp and just spears a guy in 5 seconds, not even 5 seconds, like a half second. We're like, yep, he's in the top 5.
Yeah.
No, we're good. That's all we need.
Oh, Pants is over. He's number 5.
Yep.
Oh, well, Roxy got called up and did shit. Roxy, you haven't been in the conversation in months. Number 3.
Yeah.
It's not hard most weeks to get on this list. Some wrestlers make it really hard to get on this list.
Yeah.
Give me my Karrion Kross qualifying match so I can put him at 1 and push so many agendas.
Yeah. Caleb, there's an interesting question that I answered online, but I wanted to propose it to you.
Oh, no.
No,
I will not marry you.
Oh, that's so sad. No, Caleb. Is it too early to put Rhea Ripley in the top 3 women of all time?
Yes.
Okay. I said the same thing. Do you think it will be an easy conversation for her to be in the top 3 when it's all said and done? She is 28. I want to remind you.
Yes, it'll be a very easy conversation.
Okay.
If Rhea Ripley maintains the current pace she's on, that'll be a conversation. I will look at somebody and say, unless Bianca has a great next 10 years. Or, see, are we talking WWE or women all time?
Let's hold up WWE because they were talking WWE.
Okay, because then you're looking at Becky. You're looking at Asuka.
Asuka's towards the end of her time, but yeah.
But I'm just what the top 3 is looking like right now.
I'm just saying when she's had injuries and then
but she's nearing that point. So we have and then dealer's choice of Lita, Trish, Bayley, Chyna, just whoever your personal opinion will go behind. I'll fall behind Bayley because I think Bayley is the most underrated WWE superstar of all time.
I would say she's most underrated. I put her probably more around 5 right now. I think Rhea definitely is easily in the conversation for top 10.
I think I can happily make that debate of top 10. I will happily fight on the side of Rhea for the debate in top 10.
I was going to say, the conversation's easier for top 10 right now. Top 3, I think it's insane.
Couldn't even make a conversation for top 5 yet.
I think 2027, I think we'll start having that
conversation. I agree.
For top 5.
I couldn't make that conversation for top 5. I would very happily argue against it. Because for everything, I would look at you right now and say, okay, Bayley or Rhea all time.
Mm-hmm.
You can't argue Becky, and if you try to argue Becky, get the fuck out the door. If you try to argue Becky over Rhea, if you try to say Rhea over Becky, get the fuck out the door.
I'm like, you said Becky. No. I'm like, buddy, you've been the number 1. Becky's the greatest women's wrestler of all time. I'm like, what?
If you try to say, Rhea over Becky or Rhea over Bayley right now, Rhea over Asuka, you can't give her Trish or Lita yet because at the end of the day, those 2 completely changed the generation of wrestling. Mm-hmm. It's not just what did you accomplish, which is what people look at and why some people say Charlotte's the greatest women's wrestler of all time because no one's had as many belts as her.
Yeah.
Becky and Bayley, we've defined a generation. Asuka came in and redefined what women's wrestling should look like.
Mm-hmm.
Trish and Lita started that path that everyone else pushed. Rhea is yet to have her completely redefine the generation of wrestling moment. She's built upon what the 4 horsewomen have done.
You're right.
I don't think she has fully pushed through an entire thing yet.
So, here's my question. On top of this whole possible debate that we're not going to have because it'll take us a whole episode. Who's more popular all the time? Yeah, the man 2019 Becky Lynch, broken nose, WrestleMania main event, or current Rhea Ripley. I want to remind you, there are people who do not talk about wrestling who know who Rhea Ripley is.
So I'm going to say this because I also know what the current state of IWC Twitter is and just Twitter in general. It's Rhea Ripley because she's a big buff goth woman who people want to be stepped on. And as Elena Black said, my OnlyFans isn't just for me to do OnlyFans. It's to capitalize off you wrestler fans who will pay for that shit.
She's right. She's right.
Because there will be wrestling fans who pay for that shit.
Game is game. Recognize. I got to recognize game. But I mean, she's already stated that it's not going to be OnlyFans. It's going to be like Playboy, not Playboy. Playboy is way too. Oh my god, that's way too. That's going to be like Victoria's Secret.
But I feel like we are very much looking at Rhea Ripley. And if you want to have a debate of who's more popular among wrestling fans, between genuine wrestling fans, because if we include just general public and people who say they're wrestling fans, but then only look at certain pictures of women's wrestlers, because that is a very much a wrestling cult of itself. Dude, you've seen the Twitter accounts dedicated to all that.
I know.
But I am the authentic wrestling fans. People would, I think, take 2019 the man Becky Lynch 9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
9 in that one time is you're willing to sacrifice some of that out of character work for that slightly better in ring work. But I think the Becky just kills Rhea character work wise. Because I don't think there's been a better character working wise, women wise, than 2019 Becky. Because the moment she stood up there with the bloody ass, broken nose, shit shifted for her.
Yeah, I mean, it shifted for all women's wrestling.
Yes.
Because she was super popular back then, but that was right before her Survivor Series match with Ronda Rousey, which would have been probably the biggest women's wrestling match of all time. I know people will say that Ronda wasn't that popular back then. She was, but that moment, even though she was out, shot up the fucking charts.
She literally redefined what women's wrestling was. Some people say, well, this wrestler redefined what men's wrestling is, or this guy or this girl. Becky Lynch literally did it. You can argue it. You can't argue the Becky Lynch thing.
It got people to take women's wrestling more serious.
People were not fully behind the women's wrestling movement of taking them away from divas.
Evolution.
Becky Lynch sold the idea of it being women's wrestling, not divas wrestling.
It's Evos. I don't care about Evos. WWE. Have it 2018. Okay.
But I'll say this. I always say, and that's my Hall of Fame WWE thing. My NFL Hall of Fame thing is if you can tell the story of the game without mentioning them, if you can tell an authentic story of the NFL without saying their name and not hurt the story of football, if you can say without mentioning the name and it's not even close, they do not deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. If you cannot mention the name, if you have to mention the name, they are Hall of Famers. Who are you thinking of?
You're thinking about putting Eli Manning in the Hall of Fame.
I think eventually, yes. He's not a first ballot Hall of Fame.
Okay, I'm like, what the? I'm like, brother. I'm like,
no. He is one of those guys who, in 4 to 5 years, I'm not against him being in. Okay. He should never headline his class.
That's fair.
Should be like Shannon Sharp with the NFL Hall of Fame. He'll get in. He won't headline his class. He'll say his brother was the better football player.
True.
But he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. I'm not going to look at you and say he deserves to be a first ballot guy. But it's the same thing it's like my argument with Antonio Brown not being a Hall of Famer. You can tell the story of the NFL and not mention his name once. Easily.
He'll also have the Terrell Owens effect where you cause issues off field and you're not. It's gonna take
but I think
at least a little bit longer.
Or like when it's all said and done, you can't tell the story of the NFL without Lamar Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
But you can
Lamar
tell
can
the story
retire tomorrow, and he'll be.
But you can tell the story of the NFL without mentioning right now Joe Burrow.
Ooh, no, you can't.
At the very moment, you can. I think at the very moment you can.
Man. If you're going year by year telling the story, no.
Well, if you go year by year, there's about 100,000 Hall of Famers.
But there's people you can be like, no.
Antonio Brown. If you go year by year, you cannot go without mentioning Antonio Brown's name.
Yeah, and I think you can go without saying that same about Michael Thomas. Yes, they had great years, fantastic years, record-setting years. But you do not need to mention them to tell the story.
I'm going back to wrestling with this now before we talk about this for 30 minutes. It would be hard to tell a story of women's wrestling without Rhea Ripley. It would be very hard, and you'd have the story. You literally cannot tell the story of women's wrestling without the name Becky Lynch coming up. Mm-hmm. You absolutely, I don't care what kind of story you try to tell, that story is just wrong if Becky Lynch's name isn't involved. Rhea Ripley deserves to have a name in that story. But could you do it?
So what you're hearing right now is you're on a kind of if in your mind that Rhea Ripley is a Hall of Famer.
Oh, no. If I was to authentically try to tell you the story of women's wrestling, Rhea Ripley's name would be brought up.
No, but I'm telling you, she retires tomorrow. Is she in the Hall of Fame?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. But I'm saying it's a lot easier to not tell the story of Rhea Ripley in women's wrestling.
Yeah.
But you literally, even if you try to avoid Becky Lynch's name, you can't avoid Becky Lynch's name without telling the wrong story.
That's completely fair.
Granted, in 10 years, if Rhea stays at Rhea Ripley is, it'll be impossible to tell a story of women's wrestling without Rhea Ripley.
There's a
like how Bianca's getting in that case of it's getting really hard to not mentioning her in the story of women's wrestling.
I know. I think Bianca Belair's top 5. Easily.
She's another one I struggle with top 5.
I know there's a lot of people who be like, well, what about AJ Lee? And I love AJ Lee. You know this. I love AJ Lee. What about the Bellas? What about blah, blah, blah? The thing about them is they were such a baby phase of the women's wrestling movement is that they weren't allowed to be what these women are now.
My 3 to 8 is very sloppy. I've never sat down and here's my 3 to 8. I know who my 1 and 2 are. It's Becky Asuka.
Next week we are
if you were to sit down and make me say who's your 3rd greatest woman of wrestling of all time, the answer today could be different tomorrow. Because I haven't sat down with the entire incentive of who are my top 10 greatest women's wrestlers of all time. WWS. If you want me to, I will happily make that list.
You know what? If we have nothing to do next week, which we might, I don't know.
Well, we have Saturday Night Main Event
to talk about. Yeah, but
I'll make it to be safe.
Anyways, yeah.
Saturday Night Main Event.
Well, I guess you know what? We have a Curb Stomp close for this week.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's going to be all for us this episode of the Curb Stomp podcast. Next week, we will recap Saturday Night Main Event and perhaps Double or Nothing. Who knows? And all the news that comes up in the next week. We'll have more Money in the Bank qualifiers. We'll know where some of the qualifiers are before we do. But until next week in episode 88, bye-bye.
Peace.